Do you know the history of hot air balloons? Yes, I will discuss you today this topic. Using generated heat to capture rising air inside an envelope of material. The hot air balloon concept has fascinated scientists and spectacular of centuries. Hot air balloons were one of the first method of flight created by human. Although their documented history is generally only begin in the 18th century, some evidence suggests that the balloons have been in the mind of humans for thousands of years. China generally claims credit of being the first to make the use of the technology. Heated air is lighter than cold air. So if there is sufficient envelope to trap the air, the device it is attached to will rise up. In the 3rd century, small unmanned version of hot air balloons called Kongiming lantern were used as a signaling device during the constant military campaign of the time. These lanterns later became traditional at some Chinese festival. Several balloonists and historians have postulated that Nazca Indian of Peru could have used hot air balloon technology to aid them in building the famous Nazca line drawing. Using only technology available to Nagas of the 6th century, two balloonists built an enormous balloon capable of flight. While no evidence have been uncovered suggested that Nazca people did fly in balloon, the test demonstration that it was certainly possible. The history of modern ballooning begins in Portugal in 1783 when a piece demonstrated for the Portuguese court a small working balloon model. A few months later, in September 1783, scientist Jean-Francois Pilatro de Rosier conducted the first large-scale balloon test, launching a mostly like surprised ship, duck and rooster, into the flight before the balloon crashed to the ground. Also in that year, brothers named Joseph Michael and Jacques Antina Montgore displayed the first manned flight in Paris. Balloon quickly took off as a competitive sport among fans, which attempt being made to set distance and high record. In 1785, a manned balloon was flown across the English Channel carrying Jean Perry Blackard and John Jeffrey, one of the first American balloonists. Jean-Francois Pilaro de Rosier would die later the year in similar attempt. On January 7, 1793, Balcard also became the first to operate hot air balloons in America. As a military tool, hot air balloons were used as a spy vehicle during the French Revolution at the Battle of Fleurus. They also were employed during the American Civil War of the 19th century. Since the invention of winged aircraft, balloons have fallen out of military use while retaining popularity as a hobbyist sport. Following the work of Blackard, modern balloonists have set several new records. In 1932, a scientist named Auguste Piccard flew a hot air balloon to a height of over 52,000 feet, that is 15.8 kilometers, the first flight to reach the stratosphere. After many failed attempts, Dane Abruzzo Maxey Anderson and Larry Newman became the first people to cross the Atlantic Ocean by balloon in 1978. In 1991, the longest balloon flight on record occurred piloted by Perry Linderstrand and billionaire Richard Branson and crossing 476,710 mile, that is 7,671.91 kilometer. Hot air balloons were the first successful attempt by humans to reach about our familiar surface. While the latter avian technology had a little to do with the science behind hot air balloon, the dream of flight was given true possibility by this success. Balloon flight today are still accounted as wonder, with a consistent recurring image of beauty and serenity being a picture of hot air balloons scattered across the perfect sky. So this was the history and the technological view of hot air balloon. That's all for today. Have a great day ahead.